we're wives,
and everything in between.
everything in between. It is what it is.
Tell me about it. I was trying to take a nap today, and all I could do is just sit and think about a million and one things in my mind.
Yep.
Hubby next to me snoring,
Oh yeah.
and my brain is going through so many things.
I know. I was taking that.
What if our fifth grader has to take public transportation this year? What if his van driver is no longer in service?
Really?
What am I gonna do with the backyard? All types of stuff. Hey there, Ray. Good night. Good night.
Hey Ray.
We just came on here shooting the breeze. We here, Ray. God is good, so we are good. We are blessed. Tired. Well, I'm not as tired as Shushana, but Shushana's tired.
What's new? I'm always
Lot of irons in the pot.
mm,
What we say? No, not a lot of irons in the pot. A lot of pot on the fire. We say
I
that.
don't know.
Like we got a lot going on. What we say? What would we say?
We have a lot going on.
No man. We said something about iron and pot and fire.
We didn't know nothing about that.
Oh,
Thank you, Ray.
oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
She is indeed the cleaning queen, Ray. I love watching Shushana clean. I get a lot of motivation for real.
Thanks, guys. Y'all sure know how to make a girl feel good. This thing is okay. Here we go.
I promise you, I'm on here. Laura, you made it. Hey, Laura. Shushana, Laura is always watching us on the replay.
Really? Hi,
She's
Laura.
like, man, I missed it. But she was here 1 week with us, though. I remember that. She was here 1 week with us.
Hi, Laura. Nice to have you.
Laura does some really cute DIYs. And I'm wondering why she hasn't, done like them other channels. Because her stuff is really cute, like Farmhouse and all of that. Just like them other little,
Yeah.
Farmhouse DIYers.
I know them.
Videos are edited well. And she'll pick up one of these days, but she's awesome.
I gotta check you out, Laura.
Laura's cool peeps.
And I apologize for my eating in advance. I didn't get a chance to eat dinner.
I didn't eat dinner, so I'm snacking on chips. Ray, you know how to go, Ray. I'm not a hat person either, but listen, I figured it kind of matched my top with the what do you call this? Like pearls and stuff. So I tried to match. But I literally just washed my hair.
She's wearing a hat and she looks so fabulous. Why she looks so good in a hat? She got the pearls and everything, y'all.
You need to stop.
She's listen. She's downplaying it. Come on.
You
she
are
so good right now. I look like a hot mess and she's looking all fabulous over there.
Ain't no fabulosity going on here. I try a little bit. I try.
So how was everybody's week so far?
Ray, what you been making? What you been cooking? What's your next DIY project? Ray's supposed to be doing the thing with Jenny. You gotta remind her, Ray.
When this next month?
Yeah, August.
August what?
Whatever's the third Monday, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You are welcome, Laura. You are most welcome. Shoshana, you rubbed off on Tambo. Right? She broke me down, Ray. What is this, week 7? And I'm finally eating.
Has it been 7 weeks already?
It's probably been more because it was Mother's Day, end of May.
Wow.
July. Yeah. She wore me down. Where's that
Yeah,
meat
but
lotion at
sunflower
the wedding? Ray, you actually do weddings? I always get so like, oh my gosh, Shoshana.
Like decorating weddings?
I think that's what he's saying. Shoshana, I'm always getting those comments that's like, okay, you should sell your stuff, you know. Like you will tell me, open your Etsy store or whatever. And I was literally saying in the comment, like, you know, you can just go and make certain things that people will go in the store and buy. Like people will make the stuff people will buy the stuff that you make.
Yeah.
So this lady, she was like, yes, they will. Can you get your stuff out there? Like, hello.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Lord.
I know, girl. Trust me, I know. It's easier said than done.
It sure is. And I keep talking about this fear of rejection. So let's talk about this. Ray, maybe you can chime in because you put yourself out there in your community, meaning like your church home and, you know, your family, your friends or whatever. Because I always see Ray making stuff like, okay, I'm making this for my cousin or I'm making this for the church for this order for blah, blah, blah. So it seems like Ray does sell his stuff. You know, people put in their orders and so on and so forth. I'm of the mindset like I wish I could do that. Shoshana, I'm scared of, will they really like it?
I know.
Will they buy it? How do I even begin to market? How do I do? It's all these little things that go into it. And it's kind of like maybe I'm overthinking it.
You know, it's hard.
Because yes, Miss Wreath business lady.
It's tough. Even me, I find myself going through that same issue with the wreath because when I make something, I make it of quality, and so I make it the way that I would use it in my home. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the even like the florals that I make, that I use, I mean, they cost me money to buy them, you know, and so they're of really good quality. And so when I put them all together, by the time I'm done making a wreath, it's money.
It's full. And it's full.
Yeah.
And I should know because I have one of your wreaths. I purchased one of your wreaths.
My wreaths thing is so heavy.
Cool, y'all. It's humongous.
They're huge and they're full.
It's full. I don't know that greenery fluff. No, she fills it with flowers.
Yeah, I don't skip on the florals.
And it smells amazing.
And that's another thing. That's another component of my wreaths, because I had this idea, oh my gosh, like 10 years ago. Don't be putting your ideas out there in these streets. Yeah, but I had that idea like 10 years ago. Somebody snapped. I'm joking. Go ahead. But I had the idea 10 years ago to do that. And I had to research it to see if anybody else was doing it. And there was no one else that was doing it the way that I'm doing it. The way you're doing it. Right. Yeah. You know, and so I feel like that's another thing that's kind of set me apart. So that's another added cost to my wreath. And the price that I put my wreath special. Yeah. The price that my wreaths are set for, it's not, you're not going to go into TJ Maxx and find it. You know? That's the other thing. It's custom made. How do you price your items? How do you price the time that it took for you to sit? It's really never about the materials as much as your time. It's your time.
Because for you to make one wreath good, that's going to take
Mm-hmm.
you at least half hour, 45 minutes,
It takes me about an
or
hour.
an hour,
Mm-hmm.
right? An hour of your time. How do you
Yeah.
say an hour of my time is worth $15?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And it's not just the hour. It's not just the time. It's everything else.
Everything else.
You're using electricity. You're using your home.
Everything else. Mm-hmm.
So many things that you have to put into it at the
Miss
cost.
Connie, do you sell your stuff? Miss Connie, have you ever
Hey,
sold
Connie.
or Miss Laura, do you guys sell your stuff? Ray, can you give us some talk to us about how do you approach it? Do people just like approach you based off of word of mouth, or see what you do? How does that work? Like, do you actively promote your stuff?
Ray said he does do wedding decor.
Yeah. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Hey,
Hmm.
Miss Nancy, how are you, my dear?
I think my computer is so slow because you be saying hey to people, and I'm like, where they at? And like 5 minutes later, they pop up, and I'm like, oh, hi.
Hey, Shawnee, how are you? Shushana, do you know Shawnee on the spot?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You got to check her out, and she'll check you out. Shawnee does the daily prayer and read Bible reading in addition to like tablescapes and stuff like that.
Wow.
Every day at like 10 o'clock, which is 7 o'clock her time, because she lives in Washington State.
Okay.
So we read so far like Proverbs, Psalms,
Oh, my favorite books.
Ecclesiastes, and I think we're going into the Lord's Prayer on the 31st.
Oh my gosh. That dissecting the Lord's Prayer is amazing.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna be doing.
Dissecting that prayer, every verse is amazing.
Yes, Laura. Laura says, no, I have not sold anything, but I have thought about it. Time to ship is a big factor. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm thinking of, Connie, something. I know that people who are on Etsy always complain about the fees and stuff like that. So
That's
maybe
another
not
thing.
the same, maybe not Etsy, but definitely something in that vein, some place where people can find you.
You know, the best thing I'm finding. Well, I haven't done it yet. I'm still working on my website. I haven't even. That's another story for another day.
Another story for another day.
But I'm finding that for me, what works right now is I'll put my wreaths up on my Instagram, which I started a new Instagram channel for my wreath, Sensational Florals. And I'll put it up on the Instagram, and then I'll put my Cash App. And I find that I sell a lot of my wreaths that way through Cash App.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like
Okay.
you hardly don't even need a website, but you do in a way. But
So then you basically say, hey, these items are for sale. Here's my Cash App.
yeah,
And people will just reach out to you through that.
mm-hmm. DM me, and they
Cool.
DM me. Yeah.
And you know what? Shawnee sells stuff too. Shawnee is also a really cool DIYer. She makes like those Afro Diva, um, like Afro Diva mugs with the pearls, and then
Ooh,
Afro Diva like wreaths with the face, and then the background is flowers or whatever.
really?
She does a lot. She does a lot of cool stuff, and I know she works with like resin and a bunch of other stuff, and she sells stuff.
There's a market for
Um,
that. There's a
yeah,
market for that.
there is.
I've seen so many of those type of crafts on Amazon, and like shower curtains and t-shirts and
Yes,
things like that.
yes,
There is such a cool
yes.
market for that.
Yep.
Tam, did you DIY your hat? Laura wants to know. I mean, Shani, I think is Shani.
No, I did not DIY this hat, but I absolutely can. See, that's another
Yeah,
thing, right?
Shani, let you know.
Did you guys see my home sign that I made the other day?
So cute.
It is super cute. It really looks like my hat.
It does. I
Oh, Ray
honestly,
said,
I
huh?
honestly thought you. I honestly thought you did do that hat.
Oh, no. Ray says, I don't advertise my work. I let it speak for itself and word of mouth. Yes, Ray, but how do they even know you can do something?
Hmm.
Where is it at that they see it?
Hmm.
Oh, thank you, Shani. No.
Oh, Shani, thank you. Yeah, you
Laura
can go to
says, Shauna,
Shani.
I need to go look at your wreaths. Yes, Laura. A
You can
long
check
time
out my
ago, I would do
Instagram.
a painting live and then I would sell it. The highest bidder. Ooh, that is so cute. What an idea is that, Connie? I love it.
Oh, that's a good
Yes,
idea.
Connie, I gotta go check that one out. I did. It was very pretty. Hey, Miss Penny Penny. I did. Please send it to me. Who sending what? I'm back behind. Ray, what do you want somebody to send to you? Who's sending what? Hi, Miss Penny. Yes, I saw your home sign. It was beautiful, Tamara. Oh, thank you so much, Laura.
It was so
I need to
beautiful.
start. That's a cute idea, Connie. I like it.
Hi, Penny. You okay?
Laura, it's been a while since I did that. Hi, universe. How are you?
Upstairs.
It's literally word of mouth. I hear you. I hear you, Ray.
For me.
I hear you. I gotta go get those. We gotta check those things out. But yeah, so I'm scared. I think that's what it is. I'm scared of rejection, and a part of me is also scared of success. If that makes any sense, is that a? Can somebody be scared of
Why
being
are you afraid of?
successful?
Why are you afraid of success?
I'm afraid of success because of what it might mean in terms of my time and in terms of I already feel like I'm balancing everything else, like my job, being a wife, being a mom, just having some time for myself, being creative. Where am I going to find the time? This is what I think to myself, right? Right or wrong? Where am I going to find the time to dedicate to this, filling orders and creating and making all these things that I'm supposed to be making?
You can do it. It's all
What kind
prioritized.
of time?
It's all prioritizing because what you can do is, I know for me during the school year when my kids are in school,
That's the other thing. I'm
I
going back to work in September.
yeah. But for instance, when you're no longer working and your business has become your full time, you set that time. So the same time that you normally would work,
I mean,
you set
yes,
that
of
time
course,
for your
Shoshana.
business. But for the time being, while you do have a full time job, you can possibly just do your business part time. So, like for instance, you can. It's okay. You can just knock on the door.
Wow, I hear you, Ray. I hear you, Shawnee. I'm just scared. If that makes any sense, I don't know why, but I'm scared, and I'm also like, if God gave me this gift of creativity, and I'm not. Who was it that was talking about and it's not that I'm being boastful about it, but I can do a lot of stuff and I
Of
can
course
do
you
a lot of
can.
things well.
Of course. And
You know what I mean? And
you're not boasting about it. That's just you
what is
being.
my problem? So what is my problem?
Fear
What
is your
is
fear is your
why am
problem.
I
That's your problem right there. Fear.
that's my problem.
Fear will cause you to be
Johnny
crippled.
says, go on and let yourself be great.
Absolutely.
And Ray says, step out on faith. Maybe a door, it may be a door to greater.
And you know what too? Having fear is not necessarily a bad thing. And what I mean by
Mm-hmm.
that is you can have fear and still step out in spite of the fear,
Mm-hmm.
or you can allow fear to have you and then you do nothing at all. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So
So it's
it
like
cripples
fear,
you.
it cripples you. So you can use fear as a motivator. Like, okay, I'm afraid. Thank you, baby. Like, I'm afraid, but I'm still going to step out. I'm still going to step out
Mm.
in spite of the fear and see where that takes me. And let me tell you, after
Mhm.
a couple times of you stepping out and doing it and you get a couple of orders, you're like, "Oh, I can do this. Like this is second nature." But it's just
Miss
stepping out.
Penny, I know, and I keep thinking about what you were talking about with Peter on the water and Jesus telling him to go fish. And he's like he's been at it all night in this one spot. So I do understand, like my brain understands that, y'all. My brain understands that God has not given me a spirit of fear. I do understand that up here, but now it's for my actions that I have to actually go and step out and put myself out there to be judged as if I'm not already doing that on YouTube. Hello, somebody.
But
I
Tam,
sound so silly. I
but
sound so
Tam,
silly right now. Right?
remember how you
I'm already
remember
put
how
myself out there to be judged. Hey, universe. Hi, Lily. I see you.
remember
Um,
Tam, Tam, do you remember
yeah.
before you started your YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
My hat is kind of lopsided. But do you remember before you started your YouTube channel
Uh-huh.
how you were like, I'm not gonna do that. No, that's not for me.
Yep.
Look at you today.
Mm-hmm.
Had you not step out, right? Because of
True.
the fear, you
True.
wouldn't have met all these wonderful people that we
True.
get to talk to every single week. You
Yeah.
know, your videos, people wouldn't see the gifts and talents that you have. And it
Right.
literally would just be sitting there with you doing nothing with it.
Mm.
But now that God has given you a platform, it's not
Right.
just for you to make these things, it's for you to use your gift so that
Wow.
it can make room for you. Because remember, when Jesus comes back, we're going to have to give an account as to what we've done in the body with the gifts and the talents, the abilities that He's given
Oh,
us.
sugar. Dang
So
on it.
yeah, it's not.
Woo! Okay, lay
It,
it
it's
on me. Lay it on me.
it's not just enough for us to have the gift and just make it to beautify our home, but literally, he's looking for a return on his investment.
Ooh.
He is. Because
Okay.
you remember the dudes with the 3 talents? He
Mm-hmm.
gave three the talents to the one
Mm-hmm.
that didn't use it. What happened to him? He went out into utter darkness with
Wow.
weeping and gnashing of teeth. You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't use his gift. He was lazy. Not saying that you're lazy
Mm-hmm.
because you're not,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just saying he did not use his gift. But the other two that used their gift, they got more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like we have to come out of this whole thing of, oh my gosh, I don't know what people, and I'm talking to myself too because I am definitely
Yeah.
privy to that. But we have to come out of that headspace of, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid, or nobody's gonna buy my stuff, or blah 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 blah. At least try. At
That
least
is so true, man.
at least try it. Hey, if it don't work out, daggone it, try something else.
That
But
is so
at least
true.
try, because you're just as gifted and talented as the people that make stuff and put it in Hobby Lobby. You're no different. Your stuff can be sold in Hobby Lobby. Your stuff can be sold in Target and Marshalls and all those things. There is a market for your crafts, for your creativity. And I don't know nobody, and I will always say this, that makes a vase out of bubble wrap, or
Girl, you back on bubble wrap.
that makes a dough bowl out of food cartons, or you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like you are extremely talented, and your things, your stuff is so beautiful when you do it. And I feel like you're not just crafting. I feel like you're amazing when it comes to decorating as well. You know how
Thank
to
you,
put things
Shushana.
together. You know how to build on top of things and make it like, whoa. It's an incredible gift that you have. And let me tell you something.
I'm
I've been
sleeping on it. I'm
going,
sleeping on it
yeah,
because I see people out there not sleeping on nothing,
they
and
just doing
and
it.
and it ain't all gravy.
But they're getting it out there.
They sure are.
They're getting it out there.
Let's see what they're saying in these comments. Thank you, Shoshana. Um, Shawnee says your gift will make room for you. You worry about the wrong things, child. Come on, Sister Shawnee. It ain't on me. You're so right. Ray
Mm-hmm.
says it'll take discipline and focus. Fear is not from fear is from the
The
enemy.
enemy, yeah.
But I know the plans I have for you. Absolutely. Hi, Liam. Miss Penny says God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind.
Yep.
Yes, faith over fear. Just step out of your That's what it is, Miss Penny. Stepping out of that comfort zone and that complacency. Right? It's for me. It's an issue, and I have to change my mindset about that.
Yeah.
Um, I need to pray about that a little bit more too. Ray says, let his plan be made manifest. And Laura says, yes, Tamara, you are very talented. Oh, thank you, Laura. Nancy says,
Absolutely.
wow, I needed this today. I was feeling doubtful about continuing to create and sell. I
Mm,
have not sold anything in a while. Oh my gosh, Nancy,
wow.
talk to us about that. Tam, if you make one step, he'll make two. There's no limit.
To what God can
There's
do.
no limit what God can do. Have faith in God, faith in yourself. All of you have to make a step. Hi, Nancy. Brother Ray, I'm telling you, it is absolutely something that I have continuously struggled with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been for years and years and years. Um, but, but, I do make little steps. Like I have, when I make stuff for maybe I'll have a friend or a coworker that's like, oh, blah blah blah. Then I'll make something and I'll probably sell it to like one little person. You know what I mean? Like I've done that maybe a few times, but it's never been continuous and let me continue to plug and to at least something out there so that people know that hey, you have this talent or you can use it.
Right.
Okay?
Because you're super
Hey,
talented.
Bobby.
You're super talented. Yo, I remember before I started the wreath business, I was so scared. I was so nervous. Because
Yeah,
I was like, nobody gonna buy my stuff. Like people can make this by themselves. You know what I mean? They could
right.
go to the Dollar Tree and all this stuff. And my friend, my best friend, she said to me, "You have such a good gift, and you can inspire the world. You know, you need to make a mark, leave your mark." And I was just like, "Dang, yeah, but how do I start?" And
Right.
she was the one that gave me the idea because I was the same way. I was like, "Well, how do I price it? Where would I put it? How do I market it? All the stuff." She said, "Girl, start with Cash App." And I was like, "What's Cash App?" She was like, "I had no idea what Cash App was."
What?
She was like, "Download, go look for the app, download it. I'm gonna send you $5 so you could get a kick whatever in it." And I'm like, "Okay." She did that, and she was like, "Listen, I'll buy the first wreath you sell." The day after, I started making all those wreaths. It was like the beginning of fall last year. I started making all those wreaths. And the first wreath that I made, it was like a wreath with the fall leaves and apples in it. And I sold that wreath. I didn't know how to price it but I sold that wreath for $60. Somebody purchased that wreath, and I was just like, I was so excited. I was like, I took pictures with the wreath, with everything, because I was
This
so
is my
excited.
first.
My first sale.
Oh my God.
And
That's awesome,
I
Shushana.
was so excited, and I said, okay, well, maybe I could do this thing. And I went
Maybe
ahead.
you can do this. See
Yeah,
something that gives you that confidence.
yeah, because I was like, okay, well, maybe people really will buy my stuff. So I went out and I took that $60, I added on to it, and I went out and I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I made the wreaths, and I made them, made them, made them. I made like 10 wreaths, dude. In one day, all of my wreaths
Wow.
were gone,
What?
completely gone. I looked at Michael. I said, babe, I don't.
Wow.
I was like, oh, my wreath is gone. And then I went to church, and I wasn't even thinking about it. People from my church was on my Facebook, and they saw the wreath. I went to church and legit took 5 orders from church. I didn't even make nothing yet. 5.
Wow.
My pastor ordered 3 wreaths. I was just like, wait a minute, wait a minute. So from there, I was
Girl, that's awesome. So you see that testimony? You got a testimony,
yeah,
Shushana, because
and I
you
was so
actually
afraid.
stepped out, and even though you were scared, you did it.
It
You
wasn't
did
easy though.
that.
It wasn't easy. So
Wow.
I understand what you're going through, because it wasn't easy to do that. But after I saw that
Okay.
people was really liking my stuff, I was like, okay. So this time around, when I started making the wreaths for spring, completely sold out. I was like, I made it in one day. When you bought that wreath,
Girl.
my mother bought the other one. I had a friend that bought the other one. All 5 wreaths was gone.
Wow. That's
You know,
what
so
happens when you step out.
yeah, so you gotta step
Okay.
out,
All
because
right. Okay.
people
Nancy,
want to
are
see
you
your
getting
stuff.
it? Because I'm getting it, Nancy.
People want
I'm
to see your
taking all
stuff.
these nuggets in and I'm getting it. I am getting it.
Hey,
Yes,
Fabi.
ma'am.
Fabi, I'm eating granola. I'm
Favi's in
eating.
the building. Favi, you out from the woods? They let you out the woods?
What am I eating? Fabi, I'm eating a parfait.
Let's see.
Thank you, Laura.
Let me try this. Go down. Okay. Shani said awesome when you were talking. Wow, Shoshana, that's awesome, says Laura. Nancy says, I get a lot of interest, but after I send them my price, I never hear back from them. Oh man.
And that's the hard part. That's the hard part.
That's what we were talking about, right? Like what
Mhm.
is your value? What is your
Yeah,
time worth?
yeah,
And will you find people who will be willing to pay for it? So
yeah.
on the one hand, you can say, well, you know what? If I price my items a certain way, I know I will get some traffic.
Right.
But at the same time, I will be shortchanging myself. I'm selling myself short because
Because
the
at the end of the
value of
day,
what I'm putting into it, my blood,
yeah.
sweat, and tears, is really up here,
At the end
right?
of the day, it's a
And at
business.
the end of the day, yes, it is a business, but somebody will be willing to pay for
Pay
that.
that unit, yeah.
Whatever that price is that you make, somebody will be willing to pay for it. But at what point do you say, well, maybe I got to go back down a little bit to come back up a little bit? I don't know. Like that stuff is, I don't know that part.
Listen, when I priced that wreath, the one that you purchased, I was so nervous, because I was like, I don't think anybody gonna buy that.
Well, you
Nobody gonna
know
buy
me,
that.
I'm like, listen here, I
And
will buy
that's
it.
why
I wouldn't pay that for it in the store. No, Mr. Home Goods, Miss Marshalls, you are not getting that from me.
I was
But
like, oh my gosh, I don't know if anybody's gonna buy this. But I was like, you know what?
yeah,
Lord, I have to set my price, because one, I have to put the value on my products and on myself. And two, I
true.
have to know that at the end of the day, I have a bottom line, and there's like a certain amount that I'm looking to make back on each wreath, because it costs me a lot
Right.
to make my wreaths. It's not no rinky dink stuff that I create. So it's like it costs me a lot. But even today I was in church because I'm just like you. I'm still going through that whole I'm about to release my fall wreaths. And
Yeah.
so the prices, has changed
Are a
because
little
now
different from last fall
people like it's
because you
crazy.
were wetting me out your ears.
People are actually asking me, hey, when are you releasing your seasonal wreaths? And I'm just like, people DMing me about this. I'm like, what? So I was in church the whole time. I'm thinking like, okay, what's my price going to be for the wreaths? Because I'm getting so many DMs about it. So I was in church today, and guess what the message was about?
Uh-uh.
The message was about, my pastor said, I wish I had videotape it, but he said, when you have designers and designers make their clothes,
Mm-hmm.
certain designers make their clothes for certain demographics and
Right.
certain people and certain standards, certain price bracket.
Right.
You're not going to see a Louis Vuitton item in Marshalls. You're not going to see that in Target, but you
Mm-hmm.
will see it in like a Saks Fifth Avenue or Macy's, or those type of higher end brand stores.
Mm-hmm.
Gucci is the same way, and all those things. And
Mm-hmm.
so he was saying, whenever you're setting your price, which is crazy that he was talking about this, because
Because that's what you were thinking about.
his message wasn't even about that.
Oh, wow.
His message wasn't even about that. And he was just like, you have to set your price, you have to set your value, because when you make your items, you have a certain demographic that you are targeting. So if people are saying, oh, I can't afford that, or I don't want to spend that kind of
It's
money on
not
that,
for them.
it's not your target audience.
Ah, you see that, Nancy? If they're not your target audience,
It's not your target
they're
audience. So
not your targeted buyer.
it's for you to say, okay, well, this is my selected price rate. This is my price range. And these are the people that I'm going to market to. Because, first of all, you have to do like a market analysis to see, okay, who am I going to market my product to? Who's going to purchase it? What's my price range going to be? What my demographics is going to be? All those things come into play.
Right.
And so when he was talking about that, I looked at Michael and I was just like, I said, God, no, you ain't funny.
He's funny. He's funny like that. He's definitely funny like that.
I'm just like, how you just gonna be
That
putting my
is
business
amazing.
all out there? Because I was like, I don't know what price to set for these wreaths.
Yep.
So it's definitely nerve wracking, because you know that your stuff is of value, but you're like, well, is anybody else gonna think that it's worth that? And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's probably one of the major things that stops us in our tracks, because we know
Yeah.
we are talented, and we know the things that we make is amazing. Otherwise, we wouldn't even put them in our house. Come on, let's be honest.
Right.
But that whole factor of, is anybody going to buy my things?
Yep.
I think that's what stops us right there.
Yeah.
It causes us to feel. But then you look at somebody else that's doing the same exact thing, and they selling out. They're selling out, because I see this lady, her name is Casey Lee. She's on Instagram, and she makes the most amazing, beautiful,
Beautiful.
beautiful wreaths. And I'm checking out her prices, and I'm just like, what is my problem? And this chick is like selling like 20 to 30 wreaths a day. I'm like, she make a living just from selling wreaths? Okay, I got an issue. I need to rectify that issue and
Right.
get
What
my
is your
life
problem?
together. What is my problem?
Hmm.
So for I always tell you, get that Etsy shop. Even if it's not an Etsy shop, get your Cash App.
Get something.
Get your
Get my Cash App. That's simple enough. I don't have to, go through hoops. I got the Cash App ready. Fabi says she's driving home. Okay,
Oh, be
Fabi,
careful.
are the kids sleeping in the car? Ray says that happens, Nancy. It happens to me as well. Okay, now Ray, let's Penny says, how much wreaths? I think she was saying they were $60 at the time, Miss Penny. Hi, Ellen. Ellen who? Oh my gosh. Hey, Glamour Ellen. I'm like, Ellen who?
Hi, Ellen.
What's up, Miss Hawaii? In my screen on my you're in your loft, not the Restoration Hardware living room. She just did her Restoration Hardware video.
I know her home is so beautiful, always.
It is. Ray says, say it again, Fabi. Never put yourself in a customer's pocket. When did Fabi say that? I'm missing comments.
I'm missing that too. Where is that?
Yes, don't downplay yourself is what Miss Penny said. And Miss Nancy said, girl, you are reading my mind. I see others and think, what am I doing wrong? Exactly. The babies are asleep. The older boys are playing Nintendo. Okay. Well, drive safely. Well, hubby, drive safely, Favi. And you'll tell us all about your trip next week.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, that's also the other thing, like you said. Well, if you decide you're going to create this thing now, pricing is the next step, and pricing is where the rubber meets the road, right? Are they gonna buy it? Are they gonna haggle it down? Are they gonna this? Are they gonna that?
Yeah.
Like, But you know what? When you were talking about Louis Vuitton and those things, and I thought about this. Those companies, when they make their products, sometimes, because I remember, which one was it? What's her name? Donna Karan, right? You had Donna Karan, which was like the upper echelon of her label.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have DKNY for, the moderate piece.
Right.
So you have different kind of like levels to your stuff. Like, okay, so everybody's not going to be able to afford this echelon of my product. So I'll make a slightly lower grade value. And so I can also be able to sell it to mom and pop across the street who really wants to support me, but really cannot afford what I'm selling.
Right.
So that's another, I don't know, that's another thought, another idea. So you make kind of the higher level and then the lower end level so that you have kind of like a, does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, you're basically supply and demand. So you have the needs of every, pretty much every demographic.
What every pocket can afford. Basically.
What everybody can afford. And I thought that Donna Karan, she did excellent with being able to do that. But not everybody does that. You know what I'm saying?
Not everybody does.
Not everybody does that. Some people, I mean, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Hermes and all of them.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hermes,
but imagine how much more you could make. It is. I think her move was a very smart one.
It was,
but now two businesses bringing in money.
Not everyone is going to want to go that route. You see what I'm saying?
Of course, no, it's not for everybody.
I think that the way that she did it, even with Vera Wang, with her wedding dress and her perfume and all that, I think that the way that they did it was extremely smart. They broke it up in terms of demographics and high end, and whatever the case may be. But I think for like your higher luxury brands, they have their demographics that they're just targeting, and that's it. It's like you want to
either you can or you can't.
You want Louis Vuitton, you're gonna have to use
right? Exactly. Ellen says exactly your target audience. I second that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ray saying hi to Ellen. Hey, Miss Diane Reeves Edge, how are you, my friend?
I wanted to answer. I think it was Penny.
Oh, what did Penny say?
How much the wreaths are. So, Penny, last year when I started, I didn't really understand pricing. I didn't really understand what went into the wreath. And then I also didn't really understand the shipping situation. I did it all, and I did it all prematurely. So while I did sell all the wreaths at the time, I hardly made any money because what I was selling, what I was using to make the wreath, and I was selling the wreath for, I wasn't making money on them. I didn't even break even on some of them because I would sell, like, there was a wreath that I sold for $60. I put $30 in the wreath, but it was like $35 to ship. So I was already in the negative with that particular wreath.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then I started to research it, started to research the market, started to research the wreath business, like how many successful people, does this type of stuff, and is there really a market for it? Is there a demand for it? Like, what am I supposed to look for, and how do I price my wreath? And so when I started researching all those things and I gained an understanding, I was like, oh, I was pricing way too low, because what I'm putting in is not really what I'm getting out of it. I'm in the red already.
Mm.
So while they all did sell out,
That's
I hardly,
crazy.
I hardly made anything because shipping rate was different because it was going to different states and different cities.
Right.
You understand? So that was like a big thing. Like I just sold a wreath, and some of you may be like, "What, girl? That's too much money." But I just sold a wreath for $180 last week, right? $180. But the shipping is included in that. So when I shipped it off, it cost me $60 to ship it off
Oh,
because of where it was going. But
girl.
yeah, so though it was $180, it took me $60 to make that wreath.
Oh, wow.
It was $60.
$60. Yeah.
I'm saying? So I hardly made anything back on that wreath, but it's not as bad as it was before. Like I wasn't
Right.
lucky. I did make something from it, but that's what I'm saying. It takes so much to make it, and then the shipping comes. So now me is researching about the shipping. So now I know, okay, I can go to the postal office with my labels, and they can ship it out for one flat rate, no matter where it's going.
Okay.
So it's like it's so worth doing your
You
research,
research. Yeah.
and you're gonna learn. You're gonna fail on certain things. You're gonna learn on certain things. But I feel like last year, with me going through all of that, I have learned so much of what not to do and what to do.
Yeah.
So now it's like I can start getting in that groove of, okay, now I have my scale where I weigh my reads. I have my shipping labels. I'm signed up
Nice.
with USPS. So it's like,
Nice.
you know what I mean? You learn as you go.
Yeah.
So those are the things, Tam, that when you're ready, that I could say, okay, girl, this is what you're gonna do. This is what you, because I've already gone through it, and now
Right.
you to build your company. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I've already
Mm-hmm.
gone through that. So you're not gonna go through all of that, because whatever I know now, you're gonna get that.
Yes, ma'am.
But shipping is expensive. And another reason why the shipping is so expensive for me is because my wreaths are heavy.
They are.
They are extremely heavy.
They are. And when I tell you, she does not play around. You know how you see wreaths and they're like all greenery and maybe 5 little flowers? Mm-mm. No, that sucker is packed.
My wreaths are
Okay. And
heavy.
it's gorgeous. I don't have a picture of it on my phone anymore. But at any rate, um, Fabi says, I think it comes down to presentation for the pricing, staging, kind of like selling a house. Excellent presentation equals higher ticket price.
Mm, it depends, because you can
Yeah,
have an excellent.
I was just going to say,
It
that
depends.
depends because no matter how great the house is staged, the price has to be
The price has to be
market
right.
value, right? It does yeah. And often too, Favi, when you go to buy a house, because before we bought our home, we went through like maybe 80 houses in our city. Like every block I drive down, I can be like, oh, kids, we almost bought that house. Or, oh, boys, we looked at that house. So that house was for sale or whatever. But all of these houses, they needed so much work to be done to them.
Yeah.
They were all full gut jobs, okay? If you live in the modern world, they were gut
Yeah.
jobs, but still, the price was still ridiculously high,
Yes.
like four,
Yes.
five, $600,000.
Yes.
Right, so it does it, and they didn't try to present it no way, no how.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you stepped into a home that was beautifully staged and clean, and at least that the price was the price, just based on the value of the home, not necessarily
The
how well it
presentation.
was
Yeah.
presented. But yeah, I do get what you're saying, because the two little times that I sold something, y'all, I got out my best. When I tell you, it wasn't like, oh, I'll just give you it in a little cute little bag. No, I had my little tissue paper. I had those colorful pattern paper. I made a little backing for it. I hung it in the thing. I did that, and then I wrapped it with that, and then it had the ribbon, and then it had this. Like,
Yeah.
I went all out, like I was legit selling it in the store, right?
Yeah.
So yes, packaging and how you present your stuff does help, but not necessarily for me. Not necessarily in the price, but it does help how people will perceive your stuff. Oh, this person is serious. They mean business.
They mean
Right?
business. Yeah. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, and
Okay, Ray
that's
says
another thing with the boxes. You man, everything costs. It all costs. It all adds up
it
into
all
your
adds
bottom
up.
line.
And you have to factor those things. Maybe this is what Fabi was saying. You have to factor those things
Yeah.
in the price.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when you were talking about selling that $60 wreath, I didn't hear anything about your time and your talents in there at all.
Yeah.
Right? I hear not about your time, because you put this much money, this much of your materials to make it, and this is what they cost you.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear nothing about your time.
Yeah. And
And that's the
read is
tricky part,
different. Yeah.
because everything we create, it takes us time to create it.
It does. And it's
No,
taking time for you to create it. It's taking time again away from your loved ones. It's taking time from, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's so much. Oh my gosh, it's so much that goes into making your business work.
right,
It's a whole lot, because it's the back part of it. It's the back office part.
right.
It's keeping up with emails. It's keeping up with
Social
your
media.
social media, your customer base. It's
Yeah.
keeping up with your inventory. It's keeping up with everything. And it's like you got to make sure that somewhere along the line you're not cheating yourself, but at the same time you're not overpricing your item and cheating
Right.
the customer. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a thin line.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you want to have a great reputation and you want to have an amazing customer base. You want your customers to be satisfied.
Right. And you want them to come back.
You want them to come back. And for me, I went to school for marketing, and I for marketing, entrepreneurship, and advertising. And for me, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, I want my brand to be a generational thing. I want my customer and their children and their grandchildren and grandchildren. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
To
You
keep
want to be
coming.
all up in the pockets, Shushana.
I want to be that mom and pop.
All up in the pockets. Run them pockets.
I mean, that's how I've always wanted to like build my decor, my decorating business. I always want for me to be able to say, okay, I'm versatile. So I can do wreaths, and I can do weddings, and I can do bar mitzvahs, and I can do
Right.
sweet and funerals or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And then it's a brand that you're building. So, but you have to start from somewhere.
You have to start somewhere. Yes.
You have to start. And sometimes you're going to spend more money in the beginning.
That is true.
Than you're going to make. Because it takes about 3 years to really see a business successful.
Oh, wow.
In terms of revenue.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? It takes about 3 years. Even when I had my daycare, it was successful from the jump, but the amount of money, like after taxes, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what the heck did I buy? But when you factor in food, you factor in utilities, you factor in marketing, you factor in landscaping, you factor in so many different things. Because most of you, if you didn't know, I had a daycare for 10 years. And while it was successful, man, that thing was money that we had to put into that every single season.
Wow.
Every single season. And the kids play with the toys, and you gotta you gotta buy new toys every single time. You gotta buy new cribs. So it's a whole different, it's just, when you're starting a business, it's going to take so much money. I think the only business that I've ever done, and I've had like 4 businesses that I've done. One business was a cleaning company, and that was the only business I could honestly say I invested $500.
Just some cleaning products and keep it moving.
$500 I invested in that business, and that business took off. You know what I mean? But it's where you start. And Tam, I'm telling you, girl, you can do this. You can more than do this. It's already in you. It's already in you. I see you every single day. We talk at least 100 times a week. I see you, and you're always in your craft room. When you're not with your boys, when you're not with your husband, when you're not with your mama, you're in your craft. This girl is busy, y'all. Let me tell y'all. I don't know where she finds the time to even eat. She is constantly going. You know what I mean? So, but when I see you and you're in that craft room, your hands is always busy doing something.
But I always say I'm going to and this is like a crazy situation to have, right, y'all?
Yep.
So I do jewelry. I do paper crafting, of course, DIYs and all that stuff like that. So my other issue that I've created in my mind maybe is, well, which one is it gonna be?
Yeah.
Which one is it going to be? Am I going to sell these planners, these paper clips, these bracelets, these necklaces, these home side DIYs? Which one is it going to be?
Start off with one. Start off with one thing.
And
then you introduce the new product. So you start say, for instance, if you start off with the bracelets, you start off with like 10 different styles of that bracelet.
Yeah.
Once that thing sells out and starts to become really successful, you implement another product. So you implement your planners. And once that becomes successful, then you implement another product. You know what I'm saying? So you start off with one and you start and you build yourself up. Before you know it, you have like 100 different products out there on the market.
Products. Shawnee and Ray and Laura and Ellen were agreeing with you about the shipping being so expensive.
Yeah.
And Ellen says, when I bought things in Facebook Marketplace, shipping is included. They rate the shipping cost. Sometimes I back out to buy it myself because it was expensive.
It is
Fabi
expensive. Shipping
says,
is.
I think your staging is what sets you apart from other people and makes your item memorable. Agree, 100%,
I
Fabi.
agree with that.
With
Yes.
staging, you are selling an experience, not a product. I agree with you on that. Absolutely. You both are sweethearts and strong ladies, says Fabi. I do a little bit
Thank
of
you,
everything,
Fabi.
right, Nancy? Fabi says, that sounds great, Tammy. Do it, girl. You won't know until you try.
That's right. Tell her, Fabi. Tell her, Fabi.
Oh Lord, don't get Fabi on me now. Now I'm gonna have you and Shawnee and Ray and Fabi. Lord.
Gotta start somewhere, girl. You gotta start somewhere.
Yes, Fabi. Don't buy anything you think you need. Don't
Research.
go buy everything you think you need. Research and try to find wholesale prices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I could start a jewelry business right now. I don't
Right
have
now.
to go buy one thing.
Right now. She can start. Right
Right
now.
now.
She has everything that she needs.
I got everything I need right here. Not
Right
one
now.
more item needed. Oh, Faye.
Girl,
I gotta do better. Jeez.
you can do it, girl. You can do it.
Laura says, can someone look at my pictures on Instagram and give me some feedback? I mean, not Laura, Nancy.
What's your Instagram handle?
Yes, Miss Nancy. No Treasures by Nancy. I'm going to see
Treasures by Nancy.
if that's what it is. So what else you guys got going on this week? How was your weekend? How was your week? Are
Little
you guys having anything that you want to do that you're struggling with or contemplating or toying around with?
Is it Little Treasures by Nancy?
Nancy Caldwell Art. Yeah, I recognize the blue truck. This is her.
Okay. Oh wow, those
Yeah,
are
I
beautiful.
recognize the blue truck.
Oh my gosh, look at those pumpkins. I like those pumpkins.
Listen, Nancy, as soon as I see these little coasters that you made with Dollar Tree calendars, girl, we are here. I use those calendars for everything, and I love making coasters. And I
Nancy,
make
you
one.
sell
So
these
you see how you have this bird, let's say, and this basket on one side. Let's say that's a spring coaster. On the other side, I'd put a Christmas themed coaster. So I use both sides of the coaster so that you get, yeah, gone it. That's something else I could be selling. I sell you a spring coaster and a Christmas coaster all in one. What I like to say, interchangeable duo. I love making
interchangeable
stuff like that.
DIY. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. These are beautiful.
They are gorgeous. And you sell
Nancy,
these,
these
Nancy?
are really cute. Farm, and this is definitely farmhouse.
You know that's my alley. Oh my goodness, the felt reed.
So
That is so pretty.
the pumpkin is gorgeous. I heard you talk about the pumpkin before, but those wooden pumpkins are so cute.
Wow.
Oh, I love making a tag, Nancy. I love making a tag. Wait a minute. That's a whole set, right? A tissue box.
Wow, you are so talented, Nancy. Oh my gosh.
Nancy, this is amazing. I love it.
I love the little teddy bear dolls that you make. That's so cute.
Oh my, I also like that Lazy Susan that she did.
Wow.
This is really nice. So you wanted our opinion on what exactly? These are gorgeous and they should be sold. and people should buy them. How much they should spend, I don't know, but I love it. Oh, these
Wait,
are so cute.
Nancy, you make like you crochet,
Nancy, all of these things are absolutely amazing.
you crochet clothing and all those things too? Like this is insane. This is amazing.
Nancy says, I didn't think about doing them double-sided. Yes, Nancy, because that's how my creative brain works. Hard Cheer says, the summer is almost over. Is there anything you guys are thinking about doing before the summer is over?
Yes, sleep.
Well, that too. You know what? Every summer I get the worst sleep. Isn't that something? I get the worst sleep, y'all, because my brain and my body and my husband have kind of like trained me because he's a night owl.
Yeah.
So you see, when it hits like 12, 1 o'clock, that's like second gear for us, right? It's like the equivalent of our 9 o'clock. So bedtime is about maybe 3 o'clock, if I'm lucky, and then I still wake back up early, or sometimes it's crazy. I wake up and it's like 10:50. Well, that's because you didn't go to bed till like 4 o'clock in the morning, chick. So of course it's 10:50. Ay, ay, ay.
Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. You see me like right now? Like I'm legit getting ready to go to sleep. Like my eyes is getting ready to go down. Y'all know me.
Yes, Shushana. So what are we doing for the rest of the summer? I wouldn't mind taking a little road trip.
We're taking the kids to
the lake, right?
To the lake. Well, we're going this Saturday coming.
Oh, it's this Saturday. Cool.
Yeah. We're going to Lake George.
Lake George.
And then we're headed out to Six Flags the following weekend for the weekend.
And that's not Six Flags in New Jersey you're referring to.
No, it's in New England, in Queensbury.
Where is that?
Lake George.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, you said New England. I'm like, New England.
Mm-hmm.
How are you in New England? You're coming down this side?
It's not New England. It's in Queensbury.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're thinking about going to the outlets to start some school shopping.
Mm. My kids wear uniforms, so I never have to worry about that stuff.
Oh, you're so lucky.
And they have so much clothes. It's like, it's crazy. Nancy says, I make one-of-a-kind crochet dolls with custom clothes. That is so cute.
Y'all need to go see her Instagram.
Yes, guys. Go look it up. It's Little Treasures by Nancy.
It's amazing.
Some cute stuff. Okay, Nancy. So talk to us about how you're pricing. Give us an idea of an item that, let's say, somebody reached out to you about and how you priced it. Hardshare says, I am a big fan of both you guys. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
Thank you.
Are both of you ladies married to night owls?
Not me. My husband's sleeping already. I gave him the breath of life, and he went to sleep.
Our breathing will put him right to sleep.
He's knocked out. Mm-hmm. He's knocked out.
Knocked out. So breathing don't take place till 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'll be knocked out at 2, 3 o'clock.
So Nancy, somebody was not willing to pay $15 for the blue truck?
They gonna pay more than that in the lobby.
They wasn't willing to pay $15 plus shipping for the truck?
That's not your customer.
See, that's not your targeted customer. Mm-mm.
Some people are just so cheap, though. Some people are just so nasty with it.
Yeah, cheap, and cheap. Like I handmade that. I
Exactly.
handcrafted whatever that is. Right? It's not like you're going to the store and you're going to haggle down the price with, but like you said, you going to Louis Vuitton, whatever the price is what the price is.
Yeah, like
Right?
you're not
You're
gonna go
not
to
gonna be like,
McDonald's.
oh well, I only got $5. Can you give it to me for $5?
Yeah.
No.
You're not gonna go to McDonald's and be like, hey, can I order the chicken nugget meal? And they're like, oh, it's $11. You're like, oh no, that's too much. You're gonna be like, okay.
Exactly. Exactly. But that's definitely something that is interesting. So we're kind of talking about business tonight, y'all, like opening up your little boutique or selling your items we're all crafters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Most of us on here are probably crafters. So what do we do with our items, right? That's really what we're talking about. Are we stepping out on faith and trying to get a little market for them, because we all get those comments. We all get those comments.
Absolutely.
Oh, I wish you sold that, or where can I get that to buy, or can you make me that? We all get them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to think about how I respond to those, and now I want to respond. You're like, heck yeah, come on through with the Cash App, right?
Honey.
Come
Download
on
that tonight.
through.
Download that Cash App tonight. I'm telling you.
I already have it. Shoot. I already have it. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
you
a
do.
problem.
Yeah.
I have Cash App. You know how I knew I had Cash App? I was on a live show with Beverly Stunning Designs, and she was doing like a trivia, and she asked about something that happened in one of her latest videos, and I said, whatever it was, and she's like, "Girl, I'm gonna Cash App you $10." I'm like, "What?" Like, yeah, you just got the question right. I'm gonna Cash App you $10. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna refuse it. So I was like, I don't have a Cash App. And then she told me something. And then when I went into my when I actually downloaded Cash App, it turns out I had a Cash App that I had created maybe years and years ago that just I never used. But the
Oh
account
wow.
was still, there. I was like, okay, well, here's my name. What is that? What are your favorite nighttime snacks? Hard shear, I'm not really a snacking person at night. Um, if I feel hungry at night, I'll just snack on whatever is around. I'm not like, oh, I need to have these cookies or these chips or these. I'm not that type of girl. So if you ask me what's my favorite snack, I really can't tell you because I don't have a favorite snack. I kind of just snack on whatever is around, whatever is there. I don't know. Shoshana, you have a favorite snack?
My favorite snack is whatever's edible.
Whatever is edible, that's there, right? That's it.
Whatever's right now. I just had a parfait and I'm eating sunflower seeds. Whatever's edible. I'm not.
Ray,
I'm not
Bobby,
fussy.
what's your favorite snack? Nancy, Laura, Shawnee.
Oh, KJ is here. Hey, KJ.
KJ says, Miss Tam, are you going to split your profits with your husband? Good old Remo. Ah! Well, I'll tell you what. Remo got to pack some packages. So absolutely, you get a little cut from doing some of the work.
Oh,
He's not gonna help me make anything, but he can help me pack.
package,
Because we gotta have a packing station.
package them up.
One of the boys got to be on stamp. The other one got to be on label. The other one got to be on
Create an assembly line.
hey, everybody got to be on something.
Create an assembly line.
It's gonna be a family affair assembly line. Absolutely. That's how he'll get some of those profits, Remo. KJ. Absolutely.
Nancy said, whatever's available in the house, nothing specific. That's right.
Mm.
I'm not fussy. As long as I have my water, and this is what I walk around with in the house.
You walk around with that, Shushana?
Yeah, I love my water. I gotta have
That's
water.
on another level.
I love my
Whatever
water.
is available in the house.
Yep.
So Nancy, did you used to sell your items at one point? You used to sell more items? Like, do you go to like craft shows, or I hear people talking a lot about craft shows and things
Yeah.
like
I wanted to go to a craft show last year, but then COVID happened.
that. Got it. Ray says
And
he got his jug right here, Shoshana.
that's
So,
right, Ray.
so
That's right,
cheers.
Ray. Cheers,
You know
Ray.
Ray got a jug.
Cheers.
Absolutely. Huh?
I gotta have my water. I love me some water. Oh my gosh.
I'm a
I,
water person, but sometimes I forget to drink it.
mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily a juice person.
I'm not a juice
Can
person.
do without juice. We rarely have juice in the home. Soda, we definitely don't have in the home.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a blue moon. You know how people always like, oh, I stopped drinking soda and I lost weight. Stop drinking juice. We're like, we don't even drink juice. Can I get some pound loosing over here? Can I lose some? Good grief.
I'm not a juice person, but I love cranberry juice. So I'll drink like cranberry juice like twice a week.
Mm.
And then soda, the only soda that I'll keep in my house is like ginger ale or ginger beer. That's it.
Okay, Ray. Sorry to hear that, but you can do it. What you gonna do? Ray says, hey, Delitsu, Shoshana, do you see Delitsu? She said, where's my glass? I need to cheers. Come on in here and cheers, sis.
Cheers,
Come on. I got my water over here. How are you?
Hi, Dilitsu.
Delitsu is early morning, early riser. So Ray says he found out he has to have back surgery, so he's trying to lose some weight before.
Okay.
Oh wow. Nancy says I went to 2 craft shows in 2019 and I barely made back my feet. I used to sell a good amount before then, but the last year and a half was just a trickle. Okay.
I think that COVID has a lot to do with it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because, too, it's like so much has happened. A lot of people lost their jobs, and it's been a tough year for everyone, I feel.
School? So kids aren't out of school for the summer? Do you guys go to school all year round? Or school as in daycare?
Probably daycare.
Huh.
Because she's in what, South Africa?
Kenya.
Yeah.
No,
Mangoes.
Shushana told me there are no mangoes. Mango season is done for her.
Mango season is done, Fabi. Do we enjoy, you ladies look awesome. Do you enjoy fine wine? Thank you, Heartshare. Actually, I've never had wine.
Shushana!
Never had a glass of wine. I don't even know what it tastes like.
Shushana! Girl. Okay, before I go any further, is there a reason for that?
There is.
Can you share?
The last time I drank rum and milk and got drunk, I vowed never to drink again.
No, see, no.
I was
like, on the field, Shushana. Shushana, you went from never having alcohol in your system to having the highest proof of alcohol possible in your system. That will be a shock. So no, you're not going to drink no rum and coke, no rum and milk, right? But a little glass of wine, some Moscato.
When I tell you I'm so nervous about it.
No, it won't do anything to you.
So the only thing that I ever drank that did not like that I didn't get tipsy, I didn't get drunk was Irish rum cream. But ever since I drank that rum and milk, that thing has scarred me
Okay.
for life.
Okay. How far between the rum and the milk and the Irish rum cream?
Oh, years. Maybe a decade.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? Now, Irish rum cream has alcohol in it, but it's not. Nothing is as strong as that rum, Shoshana. That's 100 proof Jamaican rum.
I know. Yeah.
That's
It,
what messed you up, girl.
it was insane. I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die today. The rum is gonna take me out. It was
You
crazy.
can have a little glass of wine. I'm not a drinker either. I
Yes,
can't hold. I can't hold my liquor. And if I start to drink a glass of wine and my belly is not like I'm hungry, I haven't eaten, it will get to me and I'll just start giggling because that's what happens when I get a little tipsy. I just start to giggle and laugh uncontrollably. That's as far as I've gone. I've never gone any further to see what else might happen. Okay. But a little Moscato, a little rose, what do you call that? Rosé, whatever, champagne. Those things don't bother me. And
Yeah,
I only drink them like socially, like if I'm out. Um, yeah.
my husband has always asked me, babe, let's get a bottle of rum, Lord, a bottle of wine, and let's have a nice romantic dinner and all this stuff.
You
But
should.
I'm like, listen, I ain't doing the wine. I
You
mm-mm,
should. Just you and Michael. That would be nice.
mm-mm.
Because there ain't nothing gonna happen to you because you're with him.
My husband, Harshia, no, my husband does not drink at all. He doesn't drink at all. He ain't got no time anyway to drink. He's always at work.
Wow. The little says they don't have summer. We don't close for the summer. The holidays in
Really?
October. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Girl, you need a vacation.
Oh my God. Them kids need a vacation. Laura says, don't laugh, but if I drink wine, it is the bubbly, sweet, cheap wine. Yeah, I like a sweet. I don't like that tart stuff. I like sweet drinks. The
If I
ones
had
that make me feel like I'm not drinking anything. Like my drink of choice when I go out is always a Malibu Bay Breeze,
if I had a choice to
which is
drink,
nothing.
if I had a choice to drink, I definitely Irish rum cream. Bailey's Irish rum cream is my choice.
I cannot drink anything that thick.
Oh my gosh, I love it on the
If
rocks.
I
Oh,
can't see through my drink, I can't. My stomach, my throat will not allow me to.
to digest it.
Yeah, no.
I love
It has to be clear. Even like when you remember you make carrot juice,
Mm-hmm.
I can only drink the carrot juice if it has. Is it sugar and lime that they sweeten it with?
Mm-hmm.
But not when they put the milky stuff in it. Milkshakes,
Oh,
I don't do well
really?
with those. That
Ah,
Shoshana, Fabi
yeah.
says, is that a Brita?
Yes, girl.
Miss S need to start a fruity, yes, a fruity wine, KJ, a fruity wine. That's why I recommended the Moscato. Liquor gives me a headache, says Laura. The Litsu was saying hi to Fabi. Do your husbands enjoy fine wine? Yeah, my hubby will enjoy fine wine. We hardly do that, but I'm sure he has. Yes, so yes, he would. Um, Ever since I had kids, I can't drink no more. I used to drink tequila. Ooh, that's some serious stuff, girl. My hubby wants me to drink sometimes, but I can't. Yeah, I hear the husbands like to have their wives drink a little bit. I suppose. Get little tips.
The the Litsu says that I don't drink at all, but my husband drinks all the choices. And she,
All the choices to Litsu.
oh my gosh.
Oh, that is funny. So we were talking about business. Y'all got anything else you want to talk about for the night, or you just kicking it? Want to kick it to something light? Um, favorite. What we gonna do, Shushana?
Favorite place to vacation
Ooh, or dream vacation.
or dream vacation.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The little Fabi says detail with her husband. He likes to drink too. Husbands want us to drink so they can practice their breathing. Aren't you? What you know about breathing? When are you coming on here?
That's exactly what it is. They
You
want
hear that, Fabi? That's what it is. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is what it is.
They can have their way.
Litsu says good vibes. Anywhere with any cool colored sand. Oh man, that sounds really good.
You know what's funny? I've always wanted to go to Aspen, Colorado at Christmas time.
That sounds really beautiful. I feel like that would be really beautiful with all that snow. That would be really nice. In a nice warm cabin with your family.
Some hot chocolate.
Fantastic.
Like no television, no phones, just going skiing.
That sounds really pretty.
That is like a dream winter vacation for me.
Yeah.
Aspen, Colorado. Oh my God. I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I would love to take a vacation. I know my family, we don't really like to go anywhere at Christmas. We like to be in our home at Christmas. But I would love to have like a Christmas holiday vacation.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to. It sounds good, Cody. Cody says that sounds really good, mommy.
All right.
You don't have to worry about anything. You just pack up and you go.
Yeah.
And you spend the holiday there. And then you come back home and relax for a day and then go back out to work. I think that would be so nice.
That has always been my dream. I told my husband this year, I said, hey babe, let's pack up the kids for the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna do any cooking. We're not gonna put up a Christmas tree. Nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
We're gonna pack up our Christmas tree and we're gonna go to Lake George. Get a cabin and just stay there for like the entire Christmas. You know what he said to me? He was like, babe, we gotta do Christmas at home. It's just not the same. I'm like, come on, man.
My husband would say the same thing. I think he'd be like, Sam, I'm not going anywhere for Christmas. I just want to relax and enjoy. Yeah. And then too, he usually has to go back out to work the day after.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's not conducive to traveling because,
Yeah. But I'm
the
like,
very next day he got to be out back at work. So I know that's like a pipe dream.
Yeah.
But I would
it just would be so much fun and so different. And because I love adventure and I love adventure. Like, okay. I like to just be like, hey, let's go. Pack up your stuff. We're going to camping. We're going camping or we're going, like, I'm that type of spontaneous planner. If that makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah, I like to just get up and go, and he's not like that. He's more of a strategic, like he likes to plan out things.
Yes, we have to have had this plan for 2-3 years. You can't just be springing nothing on me in 8 weeks. I need 2-3 year.
I'm like, come on, man, let's do it. Let's do it,
Yep.
So, but at first he was just like, yeah, that's a good idea. But then afterwards he came back. He was like, I don't know if I really want to go anywhere for Christmas. I just love Christmas at home. I'm like, it's just, let's just do something different. Let's grab
Yeah.
the kids and do something different and make memories. Because that's my thing. I like to make memories and
Yeah.
experiences. But he's like, let's just go home. He's like, after Christmas, we could do it.
Right.
It's not going to be the same. Christmas is going to be over.
Tell me about it. So let's check out what everybody else is saying.
Oh, somebody put Tuscany. That's my dream vacation.
Nancy said Tuscany. Yeah.
That is my dream vacation, Nancy. Love me some Tuscany. Oh my God. I've always wanted to go to Tuscany.
Fabi
Yes.
says, yes, my husband wants another personality for a bit. Right? Hardshare says, have we been to Vegas? I vacationed in Vegas. Vacation. I honeymooned in Vegas.
I tried planning a trip for me and my husband in Vegas, and it didn't work out.
And we just talked about?
It didn't work out. He was just like, it's too hot.
I really would just like to travel more than I do.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just never works out because something always comes up and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ray says his dream vacation is somewhere in Alaska.
Ooh.
Cool and breezy, but beautiful and bright.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my friends vacationed in Alaska, and my cousin lives in Alaska.
Oh, wow.
With her hubby. They were stationed there, and now they're stationed in Italy.
Ooh.
KJ says, I would love to visit Hollywood, take the traditional Hollywood tour. Yeah, that sounds like something I would like to do too, KJ. Fabi says her husband too. He's a homebody. What's with these homebody men?
I don't know, man.
So boring. Fabi says so boring. Husbands are no fun. Fabi, you're a mess. Delisu said, come to Mombasa or Masai Mara. There is lions and giraffes and sun. Yes, I would love to visit Africa. Anywhere in Africa. I don't even care where. I don't even care. I would just like to visit the homeland at some point. Melissa, who's Melissa? Wait, when did Melissa get here?
Melissa makes a DIY. Hi, Melissa.
Oh, hey, Melissa. No, you see in the comments, it's like somebody saying hi to somebody.
Yeah.
And you missed it. You're like, who, when? Hey, Melissa. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. We're just here talking about dream vacations. Bobby says, me too, Shushana. Let's just leave our families and go.
Exactly.
I would come too. We should have like a girls trip.
Let's go.
Yes, I'll take Cody. We could take Cody. Cody would love to come.
Yes.
One of my good friends lives in Anchorage. Okay, yeah, Alaska. Most married men who are dedicated are homebodies. Ooh, starting some trouble over here, KJ. Women are more adventurous. Guess you guys are taking a girls' trip. Oh, yes. Shushana, me, you, Fabi, who else is on board for this girls' trip?
Let's go.
Nancy, we're taking a girls' trip.
No kids though. They got lots of kids.
I know the husband. Well, that is an interesting point that KJ made, right? That most married men who are dedicated to their families, right, and not out there trying to see who else they can get or whatever, they are homebodies.
They are,
right? Because how you gonna be out there in the streets if you a homebody? You always either you at work or you at home. What you out there doing?
And I agree with that. But I also think that though you are a homebody, you can leave the block. You can take a vacation.
Like,
Come on now.
like, can we just drive on down
Can we just? I
two
mean, can we
states
just
over?
drive up the block then and go to the?
Can we drive on up the state? Okay. Can we
We in
take
the
a
same state.
plane and go to another country? Can we
Yeah.
do that?
Can we just check out our
Can
state
we
then?
just
I mean, can we go to the zoo? Do something.
okay? Because it's like, okay, well, it's the weekend, but it's the only time I'm home. It's the only time I'm off. Okay, but can we? It's not going to be every weekend.
Just
It'll
this
just
weekend.
be one weekend,
Just
maybe
this
out of
weekend.
every blue moon. Can we
Yeah.
just go?
Let's plan for it. Every weekend, one weekend in every month, we get the family and we go somewhere. We
We
don't have
go
to go to a
somewhere.
different state. We don't have to go out the country. But let's explore our state. Let me tell you, I didn't even know New York State
Yeah.
was so beautiful
Wow.
until recently, until
Wow.
like the last 3 years ago.
Well,
I
up there
discovered,
where you guys are is beautiful. Down here ain't got none. We got
girl,
nothing down here.
listen,
You guys have the lakes, you have the mountains cut out, you
and
have the trees in the fall, you have everything up there.
it is beautiful up here.
We don't
It's
have
gorgeous.
anything down here, man.
It's beautiful. But that's what I'm saying. Like you can take that drive and you could go to Bear Mountain and you could go to so many different places. It's so beautiful. It's super gorgeous. Lakes. We have some of the most amazing lakes in New York State. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And you could just go and relax. You could go to oh, listen, I fell in love with Lake George. It's like
Wow.
maybe I want to say it's like an hour or so away from us. But I fell
Down or up?
up.
Okay.
We literally can go through Lake George and drive straight to Canada.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is the most beautiful place on earth. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
When I tell you the beach is beautiful, the parks are amazing. It's amazing. And I'm so looking forward to going there this weekend to just
Oh.
lay out on the sand.
I'm happy for you. I'm over here like salivating, but I'm happy for you.
Just lay
So,
out on the sand and just let the sun just beat down on me while I just salivate. Just
oh my gosh.
I am
That
so
sounds
looking
so
forward to it.
beautiful.
So looking forward to it. I always
Fabi
got
says Shushana, Fabi said we making these homes too comfortable. We
I
got
think
all these home decor and DIY, and these homebody husbands are too comfortable. They
maybe
got
we should
big
stop
screen
cleaning.
TVs in the center of the living room. They got the nice cushions. They got the ottomans. They can put their feet up. They got the beautiful ambiance. The colors are popping. The glam, the farm, everything. They're too comfortable.
It's clean. They smelling the great
Right?
fabuloso.
They come home and the house is like, oh, I live here. Yes, they're too Fabi. You are right about that.
Yeah, I think we need to stop cleaning and go on a
Gotta
strike.
stop. We gotta
We
start
ain't
cleaning
cleaning no
our
more.
houses.
We're not cleaning anymore until we go on vacation.
KJ was like, you ladies need to describe your perfect Saturday. My perfect Saturday involves my living room. Yeah, we kind of figured that from this line of questioning. We kind of figured that. Elixir says it's because husbands find home relaxing because his wife is there. Without you, he won't be caught holidaying in the house, right? So what? We have to leave the little. We got to just leave and go, and then they got to jump on the plane and follow us.
Oh, hey, Nadia.
Hey, Nadia.
Hey, girl.
Nadia, what is your dream vacation? That's what we're talking about. Dream vacations. Hempstead, Florida. Oh, okay. Nancy said she's in Florida. Fabi says everyone wants a change of scenery sometimes, not to brag, but I feel refreshed. That's so nice for us with all the kids and the hubby.
You need that.
You needed that.
You need that.
Like a reset button.
Sometimes you could be home. Sometimes you could be home, and though your home is beautiful and comfortable, you kind of get tired of staring at the same four walls all the time.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Just to change the
just to
scenery every
change the
now and
scenery, yeah, and break up that routine of
then.
just
Yeah,
work and home and groceries and kids and breathing and work and home
and
and
that's it
groceries and
in
kids
that
and
order.
breathing. It's
In that order exactly.
yeah, it's like my son.
Oh, Michael said, "What you talking about?" Hi, Michael. He's like, what you talking about,
he
Willis?
said,
Don't say nothing more, Shushana.
he said, you
Don't
want to,
you say nothing more.
he said, so you want to stop breathing?
I told you, don't you say no. I told you not to do
No,
it.
honey, I don't want to stop breathing.
The
But you just need to break it up a bit and
yeah.
just, go just do something different. I remember when our kids was smaller, we used to just put them in the car and just drive for hours.
Mm.
Even that was good because it just broke up that monotony. You know what I mean? But it's like now that they're older, we're working all the time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, we got to do something. Like summertime is here. We got to get them out the house. Let's go. So
Yeah.
last week it was just on a whim. I was off and I said, hey guys, let me take y'all to lunch. Let's go to lunch. We went to Applebee's. We had a good time.
Oh,
We
that's sweet.
laughed. Though it was like a couple of hours, but it was like their routine was broken for a little bit. They went out, they got
Yeah.
some
But
air.
did you
We
feel
want to
like you were leaving? Did you feel kind of like you were excluding Michael out of the family dynamic in that time?
no,
I feel that sometimes.
I don't.
Because in the summertime, the kids are off, I'm off, right? But my husband still has to get up and go to work every day. So it's always like, well, I sometimes I like, okay, well, let's get up and go do this. But then I feel like he's not a part of those memories, and then it's not fair to him because he has to work.
But you know what we
Does
do?
that make sense?
What we do is when I'm at work, he's with
Mm-hmm.
them. So he makes his memories with them. He takes them out.
Oh,
They
I like
watch
that.
their movies. They do their
Okay.
own thing. And he tells me about it. He's like, babe, hey, listen, I'm going to take them here, or we're going to rent a movie, and we're going to do this. Like
Right.
was it last week? Last
That
week,
makes sense.
yeah, last week they were here. Was it whatever? They were here, and he was off. I was at work, and they bought what's the movie? They bought Black Widow, and they were at the
Oh, we
movies.
saw that too.
Yeah, so they make like their own little memories and stuff. And then when
Yeah.
he's at work and I'm home with them, because they need to get out the house.
Yeah.
Me personally, I just don't like for them to sit on the computer or, Kindle or I just all day long. It's just not good for the brain.
Right. It is. We need a little break it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Wait, is that Denise? Hey, Denise.
Denise Jordan is here.
Denise Jordan is here, Shushana.
Hi, Denise. How are you? My computer's like shut down now.
Okay. Wait, let me go back up. Oh, the little said we're beautifying the house. It's better than a hotel, so that's why they don't want to leave it. And Denise said, hey, ladies, it's good to see you both. Cleaning, you are talking my language. Yes, ma'am. And we're talking about how we clean the house and have it so beautiful and gorgeous, and the men don't want to leave to go nowhere. It's too comfortable for them. Oh yeah. Nadia says Bora Bora.
Oh yeah.
And Delissa was saying hi to Miss Denise. And Fabi said, I tried that already, Shoshana. I went on a cleaning strike year 1 of marriage and it didn't work. He didn't flinch. I broke down and cleaned like a mad woman. It didn't bother him, huh? I hear you, Fabi. Bora Bora is more of a dream because it's $10,000 for 2 people. What is that expensive?
It's expensive, yeah.
Ooh, Miss Denise says her dream vacation is to Paris. Her, the hubby, and the kids and their families. You know what? She's a grandmother, right? So that sounds perfect. Like
Yeah.
you would want that. You would want just you and your hubby in one sense, and then the other sense you just like your whole family to be with you. That's so sweet. I love that.
Like I would want for me and my husband to go to Tuscany.
Yeah,
I
you
would
want to
love,
go on a nice romantic
yeah, I would love for
vacation,
us.
just you.
Yeah, I would love for me and him to go to Tuscany by ourselves. And
Yeah,
then I would love to take for us as a family to
to
go to like
take.
Hawaii
Yeah,
or those type of like family,
yeah.
but like
Oh my God, I'm
Tuscany,
cheesing just thinking about it.
yeah, all those things, Tuscany, the Maldives, like all those type of places. I would love for it to just
Ooh,
be me and my like just me and him because I just want to lay out with him and just experience life in a whole different light. In
in a whole different light.
a whole different
Yes,
light. And
and
then,
just breathe again, breathe
yes,
differently.
we
I
breathe differently.
absolutely love that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now you're getting me nostalgic.
love that. And so it's like when I I remember I said to him, I said, babe, let's go to Aspen. Let's go to Aspen for like
Colorado,
a
like you
winter
said.
vacation.
Yeah.
Let's go to Aspen for a winter vacation. He goes, babe, black people don't do winter sports.
I'm mad he said that.
I was like, that is not true. That is
I'm
not
mad that
true.
Michael said that. But
But
I
he was
feel where you're coming
like,
from, Michael.
he was like, it's too cold. Why anybody would want to be outside when it's so cold? I said, that's the whole point of it. It's like you have your jacket on and you're warm and you're skiing and you're
Yeah.
snowboarding and all those things. It's just the fun of it. I remember when
Yeah.
I went to my high school prom
Yeah.
and we came upstate actually, and we went skiing. I went skiing for the first time. Oh my God. I
Love it.
loved it. I
Wow.
did skiing. I did snow tubing. I rode
Wow.
a horse in the winter.
What?
It was like, this is amazing. Like, this is in my
Yeah.
backyard.
A
Really?
kid from Queens.
A kid
A
from Queens.
kid from Queens by way of Jamaica, but
You know
not
what I'm
Jamaica,
saying?
Queens.
So it's like I've had those experiences and
Yeah.
it's like I want our kids to have those type of
Yeah.
out of the box experiences because it's like growing up when I was a kid, honestly, the only vacation I never even summer vacations, our vacations was like standing on the block with the fire hydrant. You know what I mean? That was our vacation. We went to
Yeah.
Baltimore, horn and horn. That was like it for us. It was like one time I went to Canada and then I went to Jamaica a couple of times. But for me, Jamaica is not like a vacation because that's where I was born and raised.
Right, right. And you're not going there on a vacation, right? You're going
Exactly.
to the family home, so it's different.
It's
Miss
different.
Denise says that she was just coming back from vacation and she saw that we're on and she thought she'd pop in. Thank
Mm.
you. We really
Thank you,
appreciate you
Missy.
for being on.
Yeah, thank
Tommy
you,
says,
Missy.
my hubby don't care what I do with the kids. He's like, bye, deuces, have fun. Swipe the
Swipe
credit
the
card.
card.
Miss Denise says her husband used to never want to go anywhere. Save the money, plan it, and tell him we are going. I love that, Miss Denise.
That's what
Started.
that's what I'm starting. Yep.
Okay, I'm. That's it. I'm doing
That's
that.
it. That's it.
Save the money, plan it, and tell him we are going here on this day.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, child. I love that.
That's what I told him. I
Delissa
told
says that's a great idea. And Nancy says last trip we took was our honeymoon over 3.5 years ago. We took a week-long cruise. Wow, that's nice. I've never been on a cruise. And 1 year, Shushana, we were this close to the cruise. We were so close.
what happened.
I don't even remember what happened. We were this close. Like we were talking with the agent. We were, yeah. And then I don't know what happened. And we ended up in, oh, that's the year we went to Atlantic City.
Oh wow.
I don't remember what happened because neither of us have ever been on a cruise. And we're kind of like scaredy cats when it comes to that, even though people say you won't really feel it.
Listen,
You won't feel like you are.
Titanic. The Titanic ruined it for me.
Did it?
I was always wanted to go on a cruise, and then I watched the Titanic, and I was like,
Well, see what
I'm done.
happened was that's like over 100 years ago. They have different, yeah.
Because you know
I
what?
think they stepped up a
For
little
me,
bit, just a little bit from Titanic.
for me, it's like I have such a vivid imagination,
So
and
things run through your mind of what
it
could
runs.
possibly
Yeah,
go wrong. Yeah,
the moment I step on that ship, all
yeah.
I'm going to be thinking about is, are we going down? We sinking?
Wow,
It's the weirdest. Anything, if it's traumatic, if it's a good experience, I don't understand why, but that's just how my brain operates. I
wow.
can remember great experience that I've had as a kid, and I can remember the worst experience that I've had in my
Wow.
life. It's so vivid, and it certain things triggers that. So for
Mhm.
me, I know I would not enjoy myself on a cruise because one, I can't swim, and two, all I'm going to be thinking about is the ship going down,
The ship going down and you can't swim,
and I can't swim.
and somebody's not gonna give you a life jacket.
You know what
So-
I'm saying? And I'm like, how am I gonna save my kids if I can't swim? Like, come on, dog. I can work with you on land, but when we in water, don't look for me to help because we all going to heaven.
wow,
We all gonna see Jesus.
I hear you. Michael's like, no, mommy, we're not doing that. Why we gotta do that in your brain? Shoshana, read what Miss Denise wrote.
People do what they're exposed to. If you get the opportunity to go skiing or swimming or whatever, and we do whatever, we learn to enjoy it. I love cruises. I love beaches. You can enjoy.
Yeah.
That might be true, but I am a sucker when it comes to water. I almost drowned as a kid, so even that is all that's
All that. Yeah.
me almost drowning as a kid, and then ship sinking is just not a good situation. So I
Mm.
can go on other vacations, but when it comes to water, I cannot do. When I was in the plane going to Disney World, because my husband and I we went to Disney World for our honeymoon. When I was in the plane and we lifted up out of JFK and saw that flipping water, when I tell you, I almost peed my pants. I was gripping Michael like, oh my gosh. He's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, the water, the water. He's like, what's wrong with the water? I was like, I can't, and I couldn't. I was having so much anxiety.
Girl, close your eyes. Take a Xanax. Do
That's
something. But I think what Miss Denise said is very interesting, Shoshana, and that is one of the reasons why I I really want to expose my kids to certain things when they're younger. Even something as simple as when we talk about swimming, right?
mhm,
The kids learn to swim later on, and they were
mhm.
so scared. But had they gone in when they were months or even
Yeah,
under 5, it would
yeah,
have been smooth sailing because it's all adventure. It's nothing. They're not scared of anything at that age. The
exactly.
longer you wait to do certain things with them, the more they develop these. I don't even know what you call it, but it does make a difference, right?
It
And
does.
it's like, okay, well, they're at the point where they can say, well, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. Whereas when they're younger, it's like, okay, mommy and daddy's doing this, so this is what we're doing. Let's go with it.
Yep.
So I think that is very it's a very interesting way of looking at it
Yeah.
because yeah, the more we're exposed to something, and I feel like the younger we are exposed to it. So I'm just piggybacking on what you said, Miss Denise. And it also has to do with the age at which we are exposed to it.
That's a
Because
good
if you
point.
started going on cruises when you were in your 20s or in your teens, look at
Yeah.
you now. You would have no problems with going on a cruise.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what I
and
mean?
Miss Denise, she just made a really good point. She says, I understand your fear of water. Many people share it, but make sure your children can swim. It's a safety skill they need, and don't pass on your fears to your kids. That is such
Mm.
That is such a powerful point. It is
Wow.
so true. I
Generational
honestly,
fear.
my kids love the water. They love the. Mikey can't really swim, but Michaela and Nyla, they love the water. Mikey will go in the water as well. He'll try, but I don't hold them back from swimming or any of that. If they
Mm-hmm.
want to go in the water, they can. They always go with their father anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just me personally, I'll go in the water, but as long as I can see sand, I'm good. Once I
Mm.
can see sand, then I'm out. Like once my feet can't touch the ground, I'm done.
Wow.
But I do go in the water, but I won't go further than where my feet. Even sometimes they be laughing at me like, you're not gonna drown in a 3 foot pool. It's 3 feet.
Can't go further than 3 feet.
Like we have a pool in the backyard and it's 6 feet high, and
Yeah.
I'm 5'1", right? And they always tell me, isn't it 6 feet or something like that? 6 feet. I'm 8 feet. Isn't it 6 feet high? What? How? It's 5 feet or something like that. And when I go in there, I'm always like, oh my gosh, and they all standing up looking at me like, you're not gonna drown.
Mommy. Yeah,
Your
calm
head
down. Relax.
in the water.
I think it's like 3.5 feet.
Fabi says she blames Titanic, the movie, because they did such a good job of showing that huge ship going down.
Exactly, Fabi.
Yes, Fabi, I agree with you.
Exactly. Delitsu said, I'll plan a holiday and then I'll just give him a date. When we try planning together, we don't make it. It's gotta be universal. Jeez, what is happening?
Yeah, what is going on with these men?
I don't know. Bobby said, very true. Swimming is essential. I'm signing them up for lessons now. Have you seen those babies swim? Those babies kids.
Right, Fabi?
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, so one of my regrets as a parent is not having them swim earlier.
Yeah.
When they were younger. But it all paid off, so it's fine.
Yeah,
But
I didn't do that either. But my husband, he's an extremely amazing swimmer, so he teaches them.
oh, cool.
He tried teaching me on our honeymoon, and he gave up.
It didn't work.
He's like, I can't. He's like, you never go to the swim on the shore.
Oh my God.
He's like, I'm trying to teach you to swim, and you punch me in the face, kicking me in my chest.
Fabi, yes, have them kids do it now while they are babies, while they are under 5. Wait, I think you have 8 to 5. I mean 8 to months. Yeah, have them do it now.
Because you think about it, babies actually are swimming in the womb.
Yeah.
So it's something that they're already used to. So when they come out and they're young, if you put a baby in water, they can survive.
That's what Fabi's talking about.
Yeah. Because they're born in that's where you're cultivated inside.
Miss Denise says, get Mikey some swim lessons. Our children visit so many friends in different economic situations, and some of these homes have pools, so it's a safety skill. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we have a pool in the backyard, and he learned. Well, he's trying to learn.
Okay, Miss Connie. Thank you for stopping by with us tonight, Miss Nancy.
Thanks, Nancy.
Enjoyed your conversation. Thank you so much. You have a great night and have a great week.
Good luck with your business too, Nancy. You
yeah,
amazing things.
And your stuff is amazing on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Shushana. So I mean, sometimes sometimes as much as you feel like you do so much as a parent, you never want to have those regrets, right? You never want to have things that you're like, well, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or I wish I had. But I mean, that's just a part of life, right?
Yeah, it is.
Whatever it is, you always have those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a part of life. And some of it is not knowing, right? Some of it is you're not doing this thing because you just don't know it. right?
Mhm.
How much of parenting or even being a good wife is just about, well, did I have an example of a good wife? Did I have somebody showing me, telling me, preparing me when you become a wife, XYZ? When you become a mother, XY, like, you know what I'm saying? Are you supposed to just innately know these things? Are
There
people
are no rules. There are no rules. There is no
not
rule.
necessarily rules? I'm just saying, but there are ways of doing things, and if you do something this way, it might be easier as opposed to learning it 10 years later when you could have learned it year one and
Yeah,
you just didn't
yeah.
know. You know,
Mhm.
it's not necessarily about rules or
Yeah.
right or wrong per se. It's just about being equipped with knowledge.
Mhm.
You've never been in that particular situation before.
Yeah, and I think for me, with my mom, I think that because I was raised the way that I was raised, I mean, I've learned from earlier on how to be a mom because I've seen my mom raised four of us by herself, and just kind of watching her how she did things. You know,
Hmm.
so it's like when I became a mom, it's almost like those things were already passed down to me without her even knowing, because I was just watching her how she did things. And of course, she talked to me and she coached me about certain things, but there are still things that I needed to learn on my own. And I think that, like what you said, learning it earlier on versus later on in life, it is a huge difference because when you
Yeah.
learn it earlier on, there are certain things that you're able um, to pass down to your children even earlier on in life. It's
Hmm.
almost like they get a head start with
Right.
certain things, so there definitely is a difference between starting early and starting later in terms of experiences and raising your kids a certain type of way, and
Right.
all those things. I grew
Yeah.
up with, my mother had 12 brothers and sisters, so I
Ooh.
grew up with nothing but cousins.
Wow.
Yeah, I grew up with cousins and family friends that became like family.
Family.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like my aunt that just passed away, she wasn't blood related, but she knew my mom since they were in middle school. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So when my mom started having kids and she started having kids, we all grew up together as cousins and as family, and so it was like, it was just in so many things. And even when I was a teenager, when I was a younger girl, like I would play with my dolls, and I would make clothes for them. I would do certain things because I've seen my grandmother do certain things. We had a farm, so I've seen how they cooked and how they cultivated the farm and how they did all these things. So it's like I grew up with that type of traditional, I guess you can say, rearing. And so now it's like I sort of pass those things down to my kids as well. Like I raise my kids old school. I don't raise them with the new school type of mentality. I raise them old school. So there are certain things that was passed down to me and that I passed down to them. And, whether they want to pass it down to their children, that's up to them. But it definitely is a difference. It definitely is a difference. Swimming, like you said, is something that I could have started earlier because Mikey probably would have been a great swimmer right now. you know, but his dad is teaching him how to swim. Will he get it? He will. But it is what it is. Certain things you're not going to, life gets in the way. Life gets in the way, and nothing is ever perfect, and timing sometimes sucks.
Right.
Sometimes it's tough.
Yep. Miss Denise, thank you for stopping in with us. We really enjoyed your nuggets as always.
Yes, thank you,
She
Mr.
says
B.
she's tired from her long travel. Oh, I wish I
Yeah.
had asked her where she went. Good night, good night, good night.
Good night, Miss Denise.
Connie says she was a lifeguard and a surfer.
Ooh.
Bobby says, yes, we learned from watching for sure. I learned a lot from my a lot from my nanny about motherhood. My mother was helpful for other things. My mother was a hard worker, single mom, still very inspiring. Good
Hmm.
night, Miss Denise. Same here, Favi. Hi, Connie. Hi, Favi. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
Mm-hmm.
mom was a single mom. She raised four boys. I mean, four kids, three boys, one girl.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in Jamaica when Jamaica way back in the 80s, and it was not easy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a little bit easier than now, but it still wasn't easy when you're doing it by yourself. I mean, shoot, sometimes it's hard with two. I
Hmm.
can't imagine doing it
Can
by
you
yourself.
imagine
Oh my
3 and
God.
4?
I can't even imagine. Like, I've always seen my mother work, and it's so funny now. Like, she's getting ready to retire in September, and I'm just like, just sitting here today. I was kind of getting choked up because I was like, oh my gosh,
Mm.
this is the first time in my life that I would
Hmm.
ever see my mom not getting up and going to work,
Wow.
because she's always been three and four jobs.
Wow.
You know what I mean? To try to make ends meet, to make sure we had everything that we need, all those things. And it's like to see her now, by
Hmm.
the grace of God, getting ready to retire.
Yeah.
So excited about that because I'm just like, I want for the rest of your life to be the best of your life. Like, I just want you to
Right.
travel. I want you to
That
do
is a blessing.
I want you to have your hot girl summer. Like, do
Your
all
hot
the
girl
things.
winter. Why she
Your
can't
hot
have a
girl
hot girl
winter.
winter? Excuse
You know
me.
what I mean? So when she say to me, I'm going to Jamaica and I'm not bringing anybody. I'm just like, go do you, boo. Go do you. Go be great.
Yeah.
Take the trip, take the plane, fly all over the world. Do what you got to do. So it's journey. Our journey sometimes is hard. And I think a lot of time the season that we're in now, Tam,
Hmm.
we're working, we're raising kids. It's not an easy season.
It's not.
It's not easy because our kids are still so young. And half the time, I know for me, I don't have any help. It's just me and my husband.
Right.
We don't have any help. Sometimes I have to rely on Mikey and Michaela to help with certain things, and to if I have to run out, they can give an eye on Nyla for me, or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's like we don't have family here. We have like associates. We have our church family and stuff like that, but I would never burden my church family with my kids. Not saying that my kids are a burden, but it's just not something that was instilled in me. Like anywhere my
Hmm.
mother went, we always went with her.
You take care of your own.
You
Hmm.
take care of your own. And so I'm never the one to be like, hey, can you help me with this? Or, can you watch my kids and all the stuff? Like the funeral, I wanted so bad to make it to the funeral. I couldn't make it to the funeral because kids weren't allowed. They're not allowed at the funeral parlor, one. And I had nobody to watch my kids. So I had to watch the funeral online.
Right.
So it's those type of things. But you go through life and your journey and all these things and where you are in life. I'm just grateful that I'm here with my kids, my husband. We're making a life together. Is it hard sometimes? Some days, yes. Do you need a break some days? Yes.
Yes. Do you need to change of pace, change of scenery?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like sometimes I don't want to wash dishes. Sometimes I don't want to clean the house. I don't. And people always ask me, how do you keep your house so clean? My house is never clean. I clean up for the videos and all those things, but
Your house is always clean. What you talking about, Michael?
is the house always clean? He's like, I'm stepping out this
For
conversation.
the most part. I mean, we all have little spaces that,
I mean, it's clean
but
in
your
terms
house
of,
isn't clean where it's just like you can't walk on the floors and there's dirt
yeah.
and there's stuff.
I
I
mean,
mean, your house is
it's
clean.
it's clean, but it's like messy. It's what I mean. It's untidy
Yeah.
sometimes.
So at the end of the night, you put the cushions back, you put this back, you
Right.
make sure the kitchen is clean. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like as moms, oh my gosh, we have such a responsibility. And I love being a mom. I feel like it's one of my greatest accomplishments. I absolutely love being a mom. And if that's all that I ever get to be, I am super grateful. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like sometimes I find myself in my closet crying. Like, Lord,
Girl,
I need a break, Lord. I'm so tired.
it weighs.
I
It
can't even
is a
sleep
heavy.
right.
Sometimes a heavy weight.
It's a heavy weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I even said to him that I was like, I can't sleep right. Like, I don't even know how to sleep anymore. It's like you get so overwhelmed with
You
certain
funny.
things. You know what I mean? But it's crazy. It's ups and downs.
Yeah.
That's the right.
Fabi
Yep.
says she recently lost a family member to the ocean in the DR. So she
Oh my
feels
god.
some more fire for her swimming lessons, for the swimming lessons for the kids.
Oh my gosh.
We're so sorry to hear that. And Connie says her mom was a single mom of 5. And Favi, Connie says good night. Oh, good night, Connie. Connie.
Good night,
Thank you
Connie.
for stopping by. Island people don't swim. What? All my family are from the island and can't swim. Makes no sense. Yep. No,
Oh, thank
Shoshana,
you,
you
Connie.
are not just a mom. You are definitely an inspiration to me. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you.
That is sweet.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thanks, Connie. Connie said that you're handsome. It's
Where is that in the comments?
above Favi's
Oh,
before
wait, I missed some.
after Connie says, well, I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she's trying
Shoshana,
to
you have a very handsome son. Oh, that's so sweet.
thanks, Connie.
Oh, so Favi said mom's retirement is not doing well for her. She went from a highly demanding fashion job to nothing, and I feel like her brain is not coping well. She's very forgetful.
Oh
That's
no.
scary. That's too scary. Wow. Yeah, they say you gotta keep like doing word puzzles or do something to keep
Yeah,
active. It said that the older people who live longer are the ones who work longer, believe it or not,
yeah,
because once they stop working, so it's about still being active and having like a social life, still having something that you do, something that you look forward to getting up and doing every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Favi said, yes, I love me a good cry. The shower is my place for choice. Yes,
Oh,
yes. Sometimes you got it. That cry, I tell you, that cry is like therapy for me. It helps me so much. It really does. When I can get in that closet or wherever I find myself, and I just cry, even if it's like 2 minutes, I just get it out. It releases that tension, and I'm just like, okay, I could go downstairs and clean the house again, or
yes.
I could go fight Nyla to put clothes on, or whatever
Yes.
the case may
Yes.
be. Yo, it was so funny. We was in church this morning, and I turned around, and Nyla's shirt was halfway off. I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta keep your clothes on. Oh.
I know you did not say it. I gotta keep her close on.
We legit, I parked the car. I got out the car, went to the back to open up her door. As soon as I opened up her door, Nyla's shirt is all the way down to her hips, and just everything was out. I was like,
Oh,
so I had to quickly like close the door and try to put, like semi close the door, stand in front of her, put her shirt back on, get her shoes on, get her
no.
out
Oh
the
my
car, and then
God.
we go inside and sit in the church. We're doing worship. Was it you that told me? Or I don't even know remember who told me, or I turned around and the chick shirt is like halfway off. I'm like, you know
Yeah, I
what?
went to give her a high five, and then right when he looked over, she pulled off her shirt.
Yeah. I'm like, Molly, so the whole time, I'm like, I took one of her little bubbles, her bobos, and tied the back of her shirt like this. So she
Gotta do
wouldn't
what
keep
you gotta
her
do.
home.
You gotta
I
do
was
what you
like,
gotta do.
I'm like, Nyla, you gotta keep your clothes on. So
And she's like,
it's
okay.
She's like, well,
Okay,
why?
mommy.
She's like, well, why?
He said, why? Oh, she's so
So,
sweet.
it's just, and as soon as she comes in the house, you just see a trail, diapers here, her pants here, shirts here, and she's just gone. I'm like,
There goes Nala.
oh, there goes now.
All
But
right.
this
It's
was
that
funny,
time
guys.
to start our countdown.
Yes, getting tired.
I gotta go to bed. I have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment in the morning.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, and it's far, so it's like I gotta be at her house by 7 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
But
How far does your mom live from you?
not too far. About 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I still have to go do some chores, and I know you have to do some chores. Um Hopefully no, I'm okay. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone.
Woo! Yes,
Uh,
girl. I'm going right upstairs.
Bobby, are you guys home yet? Or are you still driving, hon? I know you're exhausted, and then you guys also have to unpack and all of that. That's always the worst part of traveling.
I never unpack
Home
after
now?
a trip. I always wait days to unpack.
I know I wait days too, but then there's something about it. I just yeah. It's like okay, it's been a week. You've
I
been
wait
back
days.
for a week. You've been settled. Let's get this stuff together.
Yeah, sometimes I look at it and I'm just like, man, it's a great reminder of me not being on a vacation.
Right?
Like, let's just take the suitcase and just go back out the house. Let's just go back through the door.
So I have Christmas in July on not Christmas in July. So you say the glam Christmas is not a tablescape?
No, you can do anything.
Okay, so then I'll do something else.
Yeah.
And then I have a Christmas in July on Friday. It'll probably be like a tour.
That's what mine's is. Mine's is a full house tour.
Oh, yours is a full house tour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we on the same page.
And that's it. That's it for Christmas in July. And I'm on to fall.
The little says it's still kind of cold in Nairobi. We can't wait for the seasons to change. Okay. So
How
when the
cold does it
seasons
get?
change, you get a little warmer.
How cold does it get, Dalitsu?
Ethan, may I please have the bag?
I gotta go upstairs and brush my teeth.
All right, ladies. It's that time.
It's that time again.
Time to make that change. We are the people. Give me the bag. Who can do it? Oh, my bad.
I shall see.
Okay, Shushana. Good night, everybody. 14 degrees.
Is it 14 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Does that get converted to like 65? Time to make that change. All right, sis. I'm gonna Celsius. She says it's Celsius.
Oh wow.
I forgot what that conversion is. Good night, Dalitsu. Good night, Fabi. Good night, whoever else is out there. Probably Cousin Lou, probably Kay, probably KJ, probably Heartshare, probably Ray. Probably Miss Thelma. Whoever is out there, good night. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for chilling with us, hanging with us.
Yes.
Yeah, Fabio was asking, were you home, hun? Or you're all still driving? Love you too, girlie.
Love you, darling.
You coming out with us next week? Good morning. Have a good week. Bye, Delitsu. I'm sorry I had to leave the chat yesterday, but I was already on there for a little while, and then we had to go have some family time, so I had to leave that chat.
Yeah.
Fabi, are you home?
14 degrees Celsius is 57 degrees.
Oh, yeah, that's chilly.
That is chilly. That's what it feels like right now, though. I'll tell you that.
Fabi, are you home or not? Are you still driving?
I think she's still driving. No, she's home. Wait. Yeah, she's home. She said yes.
Oh, she's home?
Yeah, she said yes, home. They ordered out, and the bags are staying there.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, 14 degrees Celsius is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Good night. Good morning, Dilitsu. You have a good day, Dilitsu. Enjoy your day.
Oh, I didn't see your answer, Fabi. I'm sorry. I still don't see it. I'm looking for it. Okay, I see it now.
All right, darlings. Love you.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Good time.